Okay, friends, I'm back. This is several days after the symposium, so I look way different. Anyway, I still have my haircut, of course, it's just a mess. But anyway, just really quick, this is the sketchbook that was included in our freebie. So it's huge. It's pretty big. This is 9 by 12. Excuse my puppy. I didn't use it, so this is heavyweight. I guess just more for like pencil, perhaps marker, coloring pencil, because it just doesn't look thick enough or feel thick enough for watercolor. But what do I know? So that was cool. And then in my workshop with Don Colley, I ended up using this. Excuse my puppies again. So this was a sketchbook that we received in 2019 in our goodie bag, and I haven't used more than 5 pages. So I didn't actually, let me see if I can show you. I did try to do some like light sketches of my living room. So that's me watching TV and my shelves. And then this is looking, sitting at my writing desk and sketching that. So I did do those drawings back in December, it looks like. So I started trying to get into it. But anyway, for Don Colley's class, he had us do an exercise with the marker. So he gave us a chunky marker, which is somewhere. And then he had a loose drawing of his on the screen, and he had us redraw it with the marker. And just like, he gave us, I think, like 5 or 10 minutes, I can't remember. I think it's like 5 minutes. And the purpose was to just capture as much as possible, as quick as possible, and just use the broad lines to show the shading or the shadows and just the use of the marker. So it was a really great exercise. I filled my page pretty quickly, and I started with the hat, and then I got over here, I was like, okay, well, let me try to do the hat again. So that's what I did. And then he put a few other images, and it was a guy wearing glasses, and he had us again using our chunky marker to draw him. And imagine this but done better, and that's what he had drawn. So you can see the glasses and whatever. So anyway, so that was his class. His was one of my favorites, of course. And then gouache was that afternoon, which I found very frustrating just because of my setup. I don't think I explained it in the video, but we were all, which of course it's urban sketching, so you're on the ground. If you bring a chair, great, but I didn't bring a chair because I thought I would be okay. Big mistake, because I was on the ground and my legs were like cramping. They're falling asleep. It was a mess. And then you have all these tools with you, and I had 3 bags on me, so I was trying to find all my stuff, and they gave us a palette. And anyway, it was just I was very uncomfortable in my setup, so I didn't enjoy the process. I didn't enjoy the medium, so I'm not sure if I'll give it a try. I do have like tubes of gouache that I need to use up, so I'll probably need to practice at home, like, you know, at a more comfortable setup. So I'll be doing that. I didn't save my artwork from that class because it's pretty bad. And then the following day I had Merrick, and he had us do a quick sketch, trying to do buildings and show value. And this is when I realized because it wasn't my watercolors. I specifically bought Winsor & Newton watercolors. It was a brand new box, and I opened it, but it's the brush that I was using because it was so small, and I was trying to, and it was really hot also, so it was drying pretty quickly. It just I wasn't putting down as much water as I could have with a bigger brush. So I found that very frustrating as well. And I was like, I need to get over it. Like, I need to do something about this. So that's when I took out my Da Vinci #6 watercolor brush, because it was a little bit bigger. And anyway, so we moved to the second spot, and this is when we sketched. Oh, there's like little not bugs, but like, you know, like plant stuff. Anyway, so this is my little sketch. It's not little, it's, I mean, the size is what, is it 9 by 12 also? Yeah, it's 9 by 12. So it's a sketch of the Hancock Tower and some other buildings, and there we were at a parking lot, so you can't see it here, but this is the parking lot, and then trees, and then the skyline. So that was pretty cool. This was done with a Fude pen, which actually, I don't know if you saw, but I thought I had lost this, and then I found it in my backpack. So this guy with platinum carbon black ink, because my thought was, or we were going to watercolor it, or we were supposed to. So anyway, so platinum carbon black is waterproof. So that's why I use that. And I loved this pen. It was just so good to be able to draw really quickly and do thicker lines and then do finer lines. So it was really great. So I did that, and then something he told us was like, you know, if your sky doesn't have anything, maybe add a bird, or if it's a mistake, add a bird. So I just added a few birds, because why not? And then it came to the watercolor portion, and I was like, I didn't have the best luck with this drawing, with this watercolor, and this just looks a little bit too nice for me to ruin, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. So that's what I did, and that's okay. You know, I will attempt watercolor again some other time, but not there. I mean, again, I'm on the floor, and I had to get my tools out and figure it out. Like, I think once I'm more comfortable with watercolor, that's when I'll start like using them to illustrate and bring color to my sketches. So anyway, this was a gouache exercise, and it's not the best. Again, I just didn't have the best time with that, so it was okay. So that was the previous day. And then the second day, the class after Merrick's class, I had, it was a class with a gentleman named John Hancock, and it was talking about negative space. I'll have to find the card, but it was, at first we were, he said, do not center anything, not focus on like the composition as much. So this is what I sketched, which you can probably tell what it is. I mean, I'm looking, I wish I would have done like a little bit of like the street so you could see the intersection, but I just did from a traffic light up and then the buildings behind it. So anyway, that was kind of fun. My only but my only, I guess, negative comment about this class is that the space we were in was not the best. It was a very small park, and there are actually a lot of chairs and tables and like maybe an ice cream booth type of thing. And it was just very crowded, and people were trying to like, because it was a triangle shaped, and we were at the tip of the triangle, split in half because there's a walkway, and people were just like walking through, which is fine, we know that, but some of them acted very bothered or whatever, and it was just, and then you have buses running past you, like literally like right here, and it was just, I was very anxious the entire class, and when it was time to do the watercolor portion, I was like, I don't even feel like getting my tools out. I'm not comfortable with watercolor, and I'm gonna sit here and figure it all out. I think I'm just gonna head back to the place. So that's what I did. But anyway, friends, overall, it was a great experience. I hope that I get the courage to keep trying urban sketching. I know I don't leave my house as much, but I do have like these big windows that I can probably sit here and just sketch the houses, or you know, I don't know. I need to continue doing something like this. Now I have all these sketchbooks plus like a few more, plus a lot of art supplies. So anyway, friends, thank you for joining me along. I hope you enjoyed this video. A little different, but catch you around. Bye bye.